Hey there, welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. Well, it's spring. Most gardeners have spring fever. And, well, let's talk about where to buy seeds. I have seen several other gardening channels putting out videos about where they buy their seeds. And I thought, that's good stuff. I like to discover new seed sources. I like to find new varieties and shop around a bit. So I thought, well, I'll do my video too and show you where I get all my seeds to plant my backyard vegetable garden. So join me today. You'll see some of your favorites on here, I think. You might even discover some seed companies that you'd like to try. Let's go. I'll talk about my favorite seeds. I'm going to begin in no particular order. This is just whatever I pick up first. I'm going to talk about these seed companies. The first one is Seed Savers Exchange. Seed Savers Exchange is not so much a company, but an effort. And they preserve seed varieties and they sell them as well. You can become a member, get discounts. Seed Savers Exchange. I grew a lot of these last year especially. And those peas over there, last year I grew those peas, this Amish snap pea, very delicious. The germination rate on these seeds is excellent. And they have a good variety, a huge variety to choose from. So Seed Savers Exchange, they're doing good work, and I like to buy their seeds. Occasionally, when you need that variety that you just can't get elsewhere, Seed Savers Exchange sometimes has them because, like I said, they're interested in preserving varieties and, keeping things around. So I got some Christmas tree lima beans from Seed Savers Exchange a couple years ago. They grew wonderful, and yeah, I still have some of those seeds. I'm going to grow some this summer. So that's the first one, Seed Savers Exchange. Look them up online. The next seed company that I recommend is probably one you know about already. It's Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. Baker Creek is probably the largest seed company in terms of their catalog they send out. It's chock full of information, chock full of beautiful pictures. And Jer down there, who owns this company, is doing good work as well. The varieties they have are vast. This Malaga radish, this is my favorite radish. It's mellow, it's white and crisp inside. It's not real strong. Baker Creek, that's where I learned about it. They sell a lot of unusual varieties too. You can get your true Japanese wasabi radish from Baker Creek and grow some real wasabi instead of that fake stuff they make out of horseradish. But yeah, Baker Creek has been around for a long time doing good work, and it's a good family. He has a book. I think it's the Heirloom Gardener's Life or something. But the book, I forget the name of it, but you'll find it on their website. It's worth a read, and it talks about his travels around the world collecting seeds and preserving varieties. So lots of information to be learned at Baker Creek. They are a sort of a mecca for gardeners to go visit their facilities. And they've got a couple of places I think there's one in California, and let's see, there's one in Missouri. Mansfield, Missouri is their main place. And a lot of people like to go there and check out their gardens and see their operation. Great seed company. Get their catalog if you haven't, or go online to rareseeds.com and check out Baker Creek. I really like Baker Creek a lot. All right, I've got another one here. I've only got one seed packet from this company. But if you're in the South especially, Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. Southern Exposure Seed Exchange has a lot of varieties that do well for us here in the South. This particular muskmelon, Hale's Best, I sent one of these up to John at Will It Grow for his single seed challenge. But these are the kind of melons that might grow well here. And you can find all kinds of varieties that are for the South, for us hot climates down here. Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, a very good place to find seeds. I think you can see, or you will see by the time I'm done, that I don't have one particular place that I buy seeds. In fact, I like to get seeds from a broad variety of sources just to test out these seed companies. One of them is Haas Tools. I bought these seeds at Haas Tools, and I find their seeds to be good quality seeds. Haas Tools also sells gardening supplies that I need. And so I've bought gardening supplies from them in the past, like seed starting trays. And if you're going to buy seed starting trays, you might as well buy a few packs of seeds. So Haas Tools is a good company for not just seeds, but gardening stuff. Very good company, Haas Tools. I've got another one here that I've tried this year. It's the Experimental Farm Network. And the reason I found this company is because of the varieties they have. I had been looking for this one. It's a gray speckled palipy, and that's a cowpea. And I'm very nostalgic about that cowpea because it's the very first cowpea I ever grew, and it was delicious. I got the very first cowpea I ever grew from Baker Creek, but they don't have the gray speckled palipy anymore, and I've not been able to find it. So when I did a search for it, I found that's the place I found it, Experimental Farm Network. And of course, if you're going to buy seeds from one place of one kind, you might as well buy a bunch more. This South Anna butternut squash, this is another one it's a hybrid between a Seminole and a butternut squash, and it's the kind that grows really well in our area. And I grew some last year, so I thought, well, if I'm going to grow them again, I need some seeds. So I found that there too. They've got some wonderful varieties and stuff that I haven't found elsewhere. So I have not grown these seeds before, but large bean type seeds, generally they're safe to risk a purchase on because they come up almost with certainty. But I like their varieties, and I like what I found at their seed store. So you can go online and try these different places that have varieties you're looking for. And if a seed company has different varieties than all the rest of them out there, well, they kind of stand out to me, and I kind of like that. A few more seed companies I recommend. Seeds for Generations. If you don't know about Seeds for Generations, then you should. Use the link down below. I'm an affiliate. If you support Seeds for Generations, you also support my channel. That doesn't mean that I'm playing favorites here. You can see I didn't put them first. They're a very good seed company. They don't have the broadest selection of seeds, but their selection is growing bigger and bigger every year. But what I like about this company is they're a family-run business. They have good values, and they work hard, and their seeds are very good. I've had a very good germination rate with Seeds for Generations. In fact, these carrots here, this Cosmic Purple, they all came up like en masse, and same with this Tender Sweet. And yeah, I just love Seeds for Generations. Their peas over there, doing great. Everything I've bought from them has done well. And I just really like the idea of supporting a family-run business that's trying to make a difference in the world with good quality seed. And I mean, how can you not love those seed packets with this beautiful artwork? I really like what they're doing. So try out Seeds for Generations. Use my link below. This next seed company is neither flashy nor fancy, but Johnny's Seeds. I love Johnny's Select Seeds, and the reason I like them is they produce hybrids that work for me. A lot of people get all upset about, oh, you should only grow heirlooms. You shouldn't grow hybrids. Hybrids are, unnatural. Friends, a hybrid is just an heirloom crossed with another heirloom. It's just a hybrid is a plant that is just a cross of two established species. So these Edox F1 tomatoes, that just means they're the first generation, that F1. Edox tomatoes did great for me last year, and I love them so much. They grew, very resistant to diseases. As there were other tomato plants in the same area getting viruses last year, those Edox just pushed on through. Huge trusses of tomatoes, and I was won over by this particular variety. Well, the only place you can get it is Johnny's Selected Seeds. So I have found a lot of different hybrids from Johnny's that I like. This Red Flame Cayenne, I grew this last year. Big old giant cayenne peppers, and they just grew and grew. They were wonderful. Very good flavor. Yeah, so Johnny's Select Seeds, don't count them out. They are an established company. They develop hybrids and sell lots and lots of different hybrids that might work for you. Why would you want a hybrid seed? Well, a hybrid is bred to bring certain characteristics from both parent plants. Let's say this Edox tomato, for example, it's a cherry tomato. It's bred for production. If you breed something for production, you need something that tastes good also. I'm sure there are hybrid cherry tomatoes that are wonderful growers that don't taste as well as some heirloom varieties, because the heirloom varieties, well, they're established, they're old, they've been around. But I've found that heirlooms are often more susceptible to certain diseases. These hybrids here, these Edox F1, are bred to be very resilient and to grow profusely, lots and lots of fruit. I got tons and tons of fruit off of these. Are they the best cherry tomato? No, but they're good. They're really good. The best cherry tomatoes I've ever had were heirlooms. I'll be honest. If you're growing only for flavor, then look at some of those established and storied heirlooms. What is an heirloom? It's just a plant that was hybridized at some point, became stabilized, and that cultivar has stayed the same. It'll grow true to type every year. You can save those seeds. But it was once bred to be that. It was once a hybrid. It was just stabilized. So yeah, look out for some hybrids that might have resistance to certain diseases that your garden struggles with, or maybe hybrids that are bred to deal with hot weather or something. You know, whatever it is, there's a hybrid out there that has been bred to address your problems. The only downside to hybrid tomatoes and seeds and plants is if you save the seeds from those, they'll grow, they'll produce for you tomatoes or whatever it is, they'll produce for you fruit next year. But most oftentimes those hybrid plants will revert back to one of the parent varieties or something. You know, the genetics don't just carry through. You don't get true to type. Now you could stabilize a hybrid if you wanted to. You could work to stabilize that hybrid, but that's like, you know, gardening PhD level stuff that I'm not willing to do here in my garden. This is a teaching garden, and I just enjoy buying the seeds and growing them. So yeah, Johnny's Select Seeds, give it a shot. I have one more seed company that I'm delighted to share with you. Again, sometimes you go to a seed company because of the varieties they stock, the varieties of seeds that they have. Kitazawa Seeds, Kitazawa Seed Company. If you're into Asian food, Asian varieties, and they even carry regular stuff too, but if you're into Asian food like this Mizuna or like this Chinese celery, or like this giant white radish, or this greens, these Asian greens, or these daikon radishes, yeah, Kitazawa Seed, that's the place to go. Their website's not real fancy, they're not real flashy, but man, their seeds are awesome, and I usually have good germination rate. All my daikon radishes this year came from Kitazawa Seed, and if you think there's just like one or two varieties of daikon radish, go here and you'll be shocked. They carry like 20 of them. Fantastic selection. If you're into Asian food at all, you have to check out Kitazawa Seed. They carry all the stuff that the Asian markets are going to carry. And you know how it is if you go to an Asian market, at least in my area. If I go to an Asian market, half the greens look like they've traveled from China, and they show their age. But you can get fresh food out of your garden with Kitazawa Seeds and get all that wonderful Asian cuisine. So yeah, I really recommend them. Wonderful seed company, and I've been very, very pleased. All right, I have one more seed source that I absolutely love, and it's not a seed store. It's a source, and that is Friends Online, the community of gardeners. If you get on YouTube as a gardener, I encourage you to spend some time in gardeners' live streams and take some time to get to know people, and lo and behold, people will start sending you seeds. This is from my friend Lauren, and she is in Florida. She sent me a couple years ago some Seminole pumpkin seeds and some other seeds from the area. We had a discussion in the live stream on another channel, and well, I had mentioned how I was struggling with growing pumpkins, and she said, you need a Seminole pumpkin, I'll send you some seeds. I've received seeds from my friend Dana in Hawaii. I've received seeds from David the Good's daughter. This is actually David the Good's daughter's store. It's an Etsy store. So, but I got some of these seeds from David himself when I visited. So same seeds, a little bit different source, but you know people and you get stuff sent to you. This comes from John at Will It Grow. These are his sunflower seeds for the Sunflower High 2022 challenge. But also he sent me some pepper seeds, and this is my single seed challenge this year. I got it from John. He just sent it to me. Yeah, it's his own package, but yeah, that's from John. I got a lot of seeds, like the rest of this whole packet down in here is from Rachel at Oxheart Gardening. She sent these little nice packages. Fish pepper. This is my original single seed challenge. I've started twice and I can't get that to grow, so I've got a few more seeds in there I can try. But yeah, if you get to know people online and you get to be part of the gardening community online, and you start to participate, and well, you make friends. And when you make friends, friends send you seeds. This is a Chinese red noodle bean. I love these things. So these are from Rachel. I don't have to buy seeds this year. She saved them, sent them to me, and I get to grow them. Great summer crop. All these seeds in here, some of them are seeds that I might not grow because I don't need that particular thing, but I can share those with my friends. The beauty of participating, and what I mean by participating is being part of people's comment section. Leave comments. Get the YouTuber that you like to know who you are and to see you and say, oh, that's a frequent commenter. And I'll testify as a content creator that you develop a warm heart towards people who are frequently commenting in your comment section. It feels like community, and you get to know a little bit about them. And then when a live stream comes along and you get to know the community that generally hangs out in particular live streams, that's a great source of being able to live talk back and forth, get to know other gardeners. Man, knowing people who will give you seeds, it's a wonderful thing. Well, that's my seed sources. I hope that you've maybe seen some of your favorites in there. Maybe you've seen some new ones that you'd like to try out. I certainly vouch for the quality of all of those companies that I've shown you, except for that Experimental Garden Network or Experimental Seed Company. I don't have the packet here, but the experimental one, I haven't grown them yet, but what I really, really like about them is the diversity of their cultivars. They've got a wide selection of different varieties of plants, and I really like that. And I'll go out on a limb and say they might be something you want to check out too. Hopefully that the spring will get here in earnest. We've got a bit of a cold snap. Our average last frost date was March the 1st, but it's an average for a reason. It's actually cold right now. The weatherman says we got another freeze, another cold front blowing through, and there might just be a little bit of a freeze or a frost attached to that. So I can't plant my garden out until next week. That's a bummer. I intended to be planting this week and have everything already rolling into the spring gardening push, but it's an average, right? Gotta wait. We're at the mercy of the weather. Well, anyway, now's the time to get your seeds if you don't have them. There's my sources for seeds. I hope you enjoy. Please follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and like us and give a thumbs up if you would. If we've earned your subscription, that's awesome. Talk to you next time. Happy gardening to you. See you later.